danger.
Welcome everybody to the new week of the solar activity here on the Dobsonian Power channel, your channel, my channel, all of us channel. To update all the information about
The King Sun.
I told you, last live stream, we were watching everything and the evolution of these sunspots. These were not the ones that released the X flare. Not only one X flare, probably stronger than they measured, because it was right on the far side. And we had another explosion that is not in the models yet. We'll see. But from one of the models, I can tell you, they predict
An impact.
an impact. It's true. I will show you. Besides, the title of this live stream, The Terrible,
Proton Rain.
the Proton Rain, the terrible Proton Rain that always give me trouble with my head. Are you having headache? Well, the Proton Rain is rising. It's picking up. It's not yet at the warning level. We'll see in a moment if it reached already or not. Radiation to the Earth. Hello 963, Crazy, Pete 2.0, Channel, Andreas, Faye, Robert, Sewer Security, Sandra, Tunnerlow, Tracy is in the house. Oh god, what a weekend. I'm very tired. Welcome everybody. Okay. Let's start. We should have Chris Green. I don't know if he was notified. I hope so, because Chris Green, if you are listening, you have the link, the same link as the last live stream. Just click on that and we dock your spaceship. Waiting for you, Chris Green. Okay, let's start by this, because this, I think it's in the future will be very, very promising. It's rotating to the departing region, but it had a massive evolution. Look at this. This image, it's only a time lapse of the two last days, so today and yesterday, or 48 hours to be precise. And you can still see the transformation. It's still growing. Last live stream on Friday, I was watching with you the evolution and the progress of this region, as well as the other ones, and it was evolving fast, and it's still evolving. You see here, forming new sunspots here as well. And the other sunspots are growing as well. And this region here, it's a bit peppered, but it's growing as well. With a large sunspot here. Look, from nothing, another one here. So this is a quick glance, a hint of what we can expect for the future. Now you know, all of you know here, that it's all about the polarity of the magnetic fields. Different polarities, they do like a magnet, and they touch each other. When they touch each other, they explode. That's why the X flare from a different region. Now my concern will be to follow this region to the future. Be aware of this region. It can become A Carrington event level.
Carrington. The first warning.
The first warning to my wonderful community of the explorers.
Please run to the bunker and stay calm. Please run to the bunker and stay calm.
Warning, warning,
Please run to the bunker.
warning.
Please run to the bunker.
Are you having flooding on United States? Greetings to Crete, Greece. Santorini is still a bit warm, though. We had also something interesting. We had a strong earthquake around the moment of this X-flare that you will see in a moment. The radiation hit the Earth in 8 minutes, bam! And around the same moment, a bit before the peak, we had a strong earthquake. I think it was on Papua New Guinea. And it could be triggered by this radiation. Because the radiation is strong from this flare. Not only that, the radiation with protons hitting the Earth, it's rising. Here, still rising. You see? This is a measurement of the radiation. Proton flux, 5 minutes. This is a 3-day, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Usually it's around these low levels. When a strong flow of radiation hits the Earth from the Sun, it rises, it starts rising. Notice that the level of warning, they say here, warning threshold, it's this red line. It's not there yet, but I bet it will be. I don't know, but I bet it will be because it keeps this baseline here, and usually it goes up. Especially if we still have more explosions of flares. Cloudy, but rain is gone. Well, here I have clouds as well. But do you know who doesn't have clouds right now? Do you know from United States who doesn't have clouds right now? Chris Green is in the house! Chris Green, the workshop man from the Creek Observatory in Texas. It's joining us, preparing to dock, Chris Green.
Altitude, velocity, light. 8.5 down.
Chris Green approaching.
15 forward.
Docking spaceship.
11 forward, coming down nicely. 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down.
The King Sun. In real time from Texas.
Texas providing us the beautiful views in real time of the King Sun with those massive sunspots. This is real time, so they are closer to what's real to us, of course, than the instruments from NASA that you are watching with me. So you can see that region, that massive region growing as well in complexity, but not yet as complex as we need to provide us really strong events on Earth. Be aware, I'm warning you right now, ahead of time, be aware of this region after rotating from the backside of the Sun and coming back in around 2 weeks or so. Okay? It's very important. It will be for sure very important. Write that. Write that. It's getting busy again, yes. It was waking up. I told you here, no? We saw everything here. By the way, To stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe and give a like to this live stream. If you like this kind of content, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with videos and live streams. So this is the zoom in that region. You know how it works. There are sunspots, different sunspots. It's a sunspot region. And the black nucleo of the sunspots, it's the umbra. And then the surroundings, the penumbra, that you can see a bit gray. Then you can see the faculae, they call the faculae. Those... that granularity that you can see brighter than the whole surface, which is also hotter than the corona hole, the sunspot itself. Now let me show you. Okay. Let me show you the rest of the sunspots as we are analyzing that first. There's another region here at the top. It's interesting because this is still on the southern hemisphere. We are getting more sunspots, as I told you in the last live stream, on the northern hemisphere, but we still on the solar maximum. Thank you, Pete 2.0 for your super sticker, coming soon.
Super shot.
And thank you, Chris Green, for your massive sunspot super shot.
Super shot.
And crazy creators, welcome to the spaceship. You are now an explorer. Welcome. You are an explorer. Thank you so much. Remember, all the explorers, you have access to exclusive content on the channel. The secret chamber where we dig deep on mysteries of the Earth and, of course,
The universe.
And stay tuned because we will have further news in the future. I'll keep it just for me right now. So we are having more sunspot regions. Look at this. The sun looked quiet. Some were saying, oh, it's the solar maximum. It ended already. Well, no. It didn't. And we don't know if it peaked already. My bet, it didn't yet. Look at these new formations. And interestingly, they are matching the new numbers. Now the sunspots start with a 4. It's a new cycle of sunspots and an earthquake. Watch out. Indonesia. Oh, United States, we had 2 here in the last hours. Idaho, and California. Let's check Santorini. Slower. You see? Only 3.0. The last live streams we had a bunch of flags here with numbers. It's lowering the activity but still high. I think that was triggered on Ethiopia, and here we had at the same time of the X flare an earthquake here, a strong one. We'll check that later in the live stream in USGS website to see everything. Now notice, the X flare came from here, we will see that in a moment. And the other flare after the X flare from here as well. 2 coronal mass ejections. Strong ones. Actually, this was an X2 flare, the strongest of 2025. We are starting. So far, it's the strongest one. March is the eclipse season. Intense energy, that's the word. And remember, man, even not being a scientist, we can think like this, out of the box. If we have the tides on the ocean, everybody knows the tides, no? They come and go, because of the gravity between, that dance of gravity between the Earth and the Moon, no? The Moon, the Earth, they pull, they go back, they pull. That's all about gravity. It's invisible, we can't see them, no? It's natural, From the moment that you understand how big it's the universe, and you understand that not doing everything, everyday life stuff, but watching the sky, as we do here, and talking about that, and study about that as well, and interacting. It's natural and logical to think that kind of gravity dance can happen at scale with planets, with galaxies, with whatever. You see? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's a reason for us to have. Do you know what is Alpha Centauri? Alpha Centauri is the closest star system that we have to our solar system. We have the sun and the planets. Then we have the closest star, Alpha Centauri system, with planets that we don't even dream about. We don't know them. Did you know that every X time we receive stuff from that star system, they discovered that we have all the systems interact at scale, at a large scale. So we receive stuff, and by stuff I mean pieces of planets, asteroids, whatever, that come from that region. Even dust that you see in your backyard, a small percentage of that dust comes from space. Always remember that, it's amazing. Because it's not strong enough. We don't get pulled by the gravity of the moon because it's not strong enough. But then there are phenomena that happen, and even with magnetic fields, something that science is still learning about more and more, that correlate the sun with the earthquakes, for instance. Remember, the sun unleashes this radiation. They come with charged particles. Also the coronal mass ejections with plasma, more charged particles. When they hit the Earth magnetic field, they enter in the Earth, okay? And sometimes if they are very, very strong, or for whatever reason that we don't understand, many studies, scientific studies say that they trigger the earthquakes. how do they trigger the earthquakes, especially the ones that are closer to the surface, because they are more sensitive to the impact of the radiation at the surface as well. And it's about the magnetic fields, those charged particles in those magnetic fields that we can't see. They somehow trigger something, and bam! The same way that it happened in the past, I told you many times here, during the Vietnam stuff, the older ones know very well, the Vietnam stuff. And on the ocean we had, and this is all documented, I read those documents here, they were triggered thousands of ocean sea mines by a strong flare, solar flare, not a super solar flare, otherwise it would wipe out everything. But they were triggered, loads of them were triggered, and that's documented in military documents from that date. And I have them bookmarked here, and we talked about that in the past a lot. So just for you to have the feeling of how important is the solar activity and the pressure that the sun is giving to us, me particularly, with the solar, this kind of proton events affects a bit my mind. Okay, it's Monday. We are a bit dizzy sometimes, but sometimes when they pass that threshold of that warning threshold, I notice headache. I don't have headache right now, but it's rising, the proton range, so I'm aware of it. Some people have other kind of symptoms from solar activity, this pressure that the sun, the King Sun, puts on Earth. And it's not silly to think about that. By the opposite, it's very important because science needs to study more and more how space events, space weather affects us. Here we are all aware of it. Crazy stories, yes. And there's much more around it. Okay, let me connect. Okay, just analyze this before docking Chris Green again. We had this region again. They are all growing, notice. Here, you see? Slowly growing. Look, here. The thing is, this is not very compact yet. This is isolated one. This from nothing is surging here, but it's not doing nothing right now. We will see in the future. Something popping here. We'll see in the future. And the new regions. Here something disappeared, so nothing. We have another one here in the incoming regions. We have one that it's growing. It's getting compact. Look at this. You see? Getting compact. We'll see here how it evolves during this week. And here they are very wild. This region is very wild. We saw that. And here we can see already a new region coming with full of big sunspots. Full of big sunspots. Thank you, Quasar, for gifting 10 Dobsonian Power memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are an explorer. So for the ones that just joined us, we are, as usual, updating all the information in the sky. Right now it's the most important one. It's the sun. We are leaving the solar maximum number 25 during this year of 2025, and something huge it's about to happen. Now we are monitoring this every single day, and we are noticing the activity is increasing on both hemispheres near the equator with growing sunspots. This can become a Carrington level event. We'll see after the return from the backside of the sun in 2 weeks or so, around that. And we watch the sun as well in real time. This time from the Creek Observatory on Texas from Chris Green that is showing us the real-time views right now of the King Sun. So you can see at the middle of the sun, we were lucky because at the middle of the sun there's nothing exploding. You can see the central region is very empty, apparently. So we are in a transition phase. We still are in that transition phase for a higher level of activity, in my opinion. And so far so good. I was right because the evolution increased from the sunspots, and now we have at the right those massive ones growing, keep growing, and at the left we still have that activity, and we had that X2 flare that we will see right now. Let me prepare everything for you. The end, God knows the end. Miss Honeybee, welcome back. Miss Honeybee, you are not on Discord. You should connect an account on Discord for the moderators. It's very important, okay? Otherwise, you will not know the stuff that, the wild stuff that happens. And the important stuff I post there. I hope you are listening. Miss Honeybee, you are a moderator and you are the only one that is not on Discord, so you don't get the information. If you can't connect there, I will have to remove you from moderation because I need to be in touch, keep in touch with you. Okay. This was today. Bam! Look at this. Bam! Why did I say that they measured X2 and could be much stronger? Because the measurement, this was on the far side already. We can, she was so strong that we can see the flaring here, but it was happening in the far side. After the limb, after this edge of the sun. But it was very strong. So strong that the radiation arrived Earth. It released a coronal mass ejection. You see? Look at this. Bam! An explosion. It's waking up. It's waking up. We have sun. I told you Friday, we have sun. And unleashed here. Bam! You see? Bam! To the right, top right. But then, after this one, bam! Even higher. Look at this. Even higher. Now, I was watching this, studying this before the live stream. You know that I study everything. They say, the official institutions say, probably it was from the far side, this second explosion. And probably it was. Although, at the time of the explosion, we can see, let me put exactly on the moment, because I don't have, it's with some problems, that this region of the coronagraph that we usually have here, it's not working right now. So this was the explosion. Let's move back and we can see here. Here. You see this loop of plasma here? If I move back, it's not there. Because this is hidden behind the sun. If I move forward, we see the loop and then it unleashes, bam, to space. Right at the moment, see, all this glow here. right at the moment of the explosion of plasma. The plasma comes with that loop, it extends that magnetic field with plasma. Plasma loves to travel with the magnetic fields, and it goes all those charged particles, bam, to space. So probably, people thought probably this will have no impact. Well, guess what? One team of NASA says, well, we will have an impact. If you're enjoying the show, remember to give it a like to spread it all over the world. One of the team from NASA shows here the explosion, but it's so massive that you can see here, this is the sun and this is the earth, this yellow dot. Let me zoom this even more. You see the yellow dot here? It was so massive that we have in this model the forecast of a glancing blow on Earth. So something from the flank hits the Earth. On the 26, 27. So it's a fast one. 27. On the 27. So 2-3 days from now, we will get that glancing blow. According to this model, you can see a double curve here. This is a structure, the front of the structure of the coronal mass ejection, which is an explosion of plasma. Okay, and this model from NASA considers that it will hit the Earth. Let's see NOAA. I think NOAA has nothing. Yeah. NOAA doesn't have an impact. It has a small thing here, so they don't have that explosion on the models. And this is the coronagraph that is missing on my imagery, where they have, you see the red one here, where they have the explosion, very strong, massive. And what I think, and I bet on, is that this explosion will hit the Earth as NASA says. Nothing huge though. However, the problem is here.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main beam undervolt. Roger, main beam undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
How's the weather in Portugal? Well, I live in the south. It's a different weather here. It's not so cold now, but and it's sunny, but the sun is covered by thin clouds. That's why I didn't place my telescope. Right, that, Michael. It's not a matter of if we get hit by a massive coronal mass ejection. It's a matter of when. People keep underestimating a lot the power of the sun and the power of the universe. Just remember this. When, and it's right as its sentence. This sentence, sorry. When we got hit by a coronal mass ejection, a super strong coronal mass ejection, or a super strong event, sequence of events, or a super strong mix of events, because people don't think that we can have asteroids at the same time that the solar events. Earthquake. So it was 4.1 on Japan. It's happening.
It's happening. It's happening right now. Run. To the bunker. Now. Time to run. Pick your stuff. Woman and children first. Run.
Okay, what you see here is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days today. We had yesterday night at UTC time, Universal Time, that X flare, X2, BAM! Then we had today, it's warming up a lot. 1 M, another M, a strong one, and now 1, 2, almost M here. It's getting hotter. It's getting hotter. So this is radiation flux. Remember that radiation needs X-rays that they measure, but there's more radiation. It's not only X-rays from the sun. This is the simplest way for them to measure. It's X-rays. So all invisible to our human eyes. As I was saying, people underestimate a lot. And I want you to always remember this. When that happens, we don't know when. We can warn you if we see the signs here and just pray. Because the day we are so vulnerable as humans and a planet to the universe events that you can't imagine. Right now, with all this stuff, yes, it's very comfortable to have the electronics and everything. I can stream with you live. I can have Chris Green right now here with his solar views in real time. We can warn you of everything that's going to happen. However, the day the sun or the universe decide to throw it all to the earth again, it will wipe out every single electronics. Every single electronics. No internet, no television, no radios, no satellites. Satellites falling from the sky. Everything will get completely mad. In 2 words.
Stone Age.
And people keep underestimating that. We can keep evolving from where we are now, in electronics, in AI, in whatever, and it comes nature and BAM! Wipe it out. Always remember that. Always have a backup and a mental backup as well. If it happens in your or my lifetime, we would be handling that better. Always, please, always remember that. If that happened, you will remember that crazy guy. Yes, he was right. If that happened during our lifetime. But it will happen. It will happen one day. It happened before. 12,000 years ago, remember that we had the end of the Ice Age. Nobody knows what caused those spikes on cold and hot temperatures in such a small amount of time. That's a fact. Some people say it was the sun. Some people say it was asteroids. Some people say it was a meteor shower, the Taurids. Some people say it was aliens. Some people say it was a planet. Whatever. I believe it was a sequence of events. It's always a sequence of events that trigger hard stuff. So it might happen again. It will happen again. It might happen again during our lifetime. Always, please think of that. And keep happy. Don't panic. Don't panic. Just to be aware.
Awareness.
Just to be aware. New Earth is here, probably. Yes, soon. We don't know. Supernova. We don't know. We don't know, man. Many things. Global blackout. I truly believe in that. I truly believe. Open-minded and stick together. Well done. Well said. Start panicking. And those that are completely sucked by a life of only electronics and are not aware of this, they will have a harder moment. It happened in the past. It happened in the past. Yep.
Run.
Let's check Noah again. So the proton rain still rising. We'll see in the coming days. This was the radiation. So previously they don't have this anymore. Right now it was here. Bam! And it was at the moment of, or around the moment of, that big earthquake that we had here. This measures the intensity of the radiation, you see, increasing here. Bam! You see? During today. Bam! You see? It's getting more and more intense. The sun is making pressure over the earth. Latin America, and over. Easter Island 5.2. Ethiopia 5.3.
Breaking apart.
There we go. The 6.01 here. This was the one that I told you it was around the moment. It was before the peak of this X-flare radiation hitting the Earth. And it was very close to the surface, in the crust. Keep monitoring this. We keep monitoring every Earth activity. Look, just happened. .2. New Zealand. See? Always tracking everything in case something huge happen. By the way, the good news about the asteroid, well, good news according to their information. The asteroid now has the 2024 YR4 has right now at this moment in the institutional websites a chance of hitting the Earth of 0. We'll see in a few years if that changes or not. Right now, they calm down everybody. Yeah, the Earth is mostly ocean, A to Z. Oh, funny hours, the plane crashes, I don't know, man. I wish I could have an answer to that. It's weird, man. It's weird. I don't know, man. What we know, and it's official right now, it's that the radiation from the sun affects people on the planes, especially the planes that fly near the poles, so near North Pole or South Pole, and that pilots of planes, if they get too much radiation, it might affect their health as well. Too much radiation, it's not good, as you know. However, I don't understand the electronics of the planes. Can they be wiped out or some components? It's possible. It's possible that new planes have some electronics that are sensitive to the sun, and they don't know. And they still don't know because they couldn't identify that source. Everything is possible, but there are many other options. So I guess we will have to wait more for humans to realize and understand very well what the heck is happening and take action over that. As we are taking, for instance, with asteroids, that we understand better because it's just the orbit and analyzing that. But the sun is more complex. The sun is more complex. We have to keep learning everything about our star. We do our contribution here, not for science because they do their work, but for public awareness. Because people usually are distracted with other stuff and they don't worry about this, and when things happen it's good to be aware. When I have the headache because of the proton rain, it's good to be aware. Things like that. Maria, I don't believe in any institution 100%. Some I believe more, some I believe less. There are things that... Remember that there are things, and science has loads of them, that it's not only NASA or ESA in Europe or JAXA in Japan. There are in all over the world too many institutions studying, Russians as well, for a long time, Chinese as well. So there are a group of things that we can trust, that science delivered us during all this time, during all these years. But there are many that raise many questions. And in a world that we are almost, hopefully this will change a bit, but I don't know, And in a world that we are not allowed to raise some questions, that's something suspicious. When we are not allowed to ask a question about something, that's a red flag to me. And we are living a bit in a world like that, no? We can't raise some questions because people point to you the finger or call you this and that, because you're raising a question that makes sense. It's logical, makes sense to you, makes sense to other people, like me and you, but the general public don't want to accept, and the institutions force them not to accept and call us whatever. So I always like to give the benefit of the doubt, and I always raise questions here. The ones that are a bit tough to raise here, I'll do it in a secret chamber, in a private space, so you can raise questions as well with me, and we as humans and free humans that we should be can interact and freely speak about those questions. It's a bit hard these days, and I risk too much, but I have to do it. It's on my DNA. Probably from DNA from an ancient civilization.
A lost one.
This, what, we are watching the sun, April. In real time, this is from Florida, from Texas, from Workshop Man, Chris Green, on the Creek Observatory. And when I have my telescope, I do as well these telescope views, but I can't because of the clouds right now. However, the stream is being made from here. Planet Earth, continent Europe, country Portugal, region Algarve, 37 latitude, Bortle 5. Notification for the chamber. You should be able to receive notifications from YouTube. Yes, soon I will do a secret chamber, House of Tattoos. You are not an explorer, you will not have access. With things that I have here, waiting for the right moment, the right mood. I have to be in the right mood and good with my head to... I need to speak it in a way with you that the channel will not be deleted or something like that. There are questions I cannot ask to... Yeah, the pilot. Thank you, Miss Honeybee. We'll keep trying to talk about stuff. I wish I could more. And to rise and find answers to those questions. Those mysteries. Yes, Elaine, this was over the Atlantic anomaly, another thing that science first didn't accept and now accepts, and it's well verified, that we have a magnetic anomaly over the Atlantic Ocean, precisely over Brazil and a bit of Latin America, where the magnetic field is weaker. You see, there are things that science don't accept and now they accept, and it's century after century will be like this. And now there are things now that they don't accept very well, with the pole shifting, with the earthquakes being triggered by the sun. There are many studies already, but the mainstream science don't want to touch that because you know why. And in the future they will be accepted for sure, and not only accepted but evolve. They will evolve with more knowledge over it, because then they will see, okay, we have a green flag, we have a green light to work over this. Let's work. I'm anxious to work over this, because there are scientists there all over the world anxious to work on a subject. They can't. They can't. It's like you go to your job and you say, look, to your boss, I want to do this, and the boss says, that no, don't do that. Do this instead. It's the same. 3.6 on Santorini. Santorini, I was telling it was coming down. It's warming up again. We had a 3.5, now 3.6 on Santorini. You feel the pressure on Earth, no? You can feel it, the pressure. And there's more things that are happening in the sun that I will show you right now that will boost that pressure. Thank you, Funny Doors. Yeah, thank you for saying that. It's only 99 cents a month. It's like paying me a coffee, less than a coffee nowadays, every month, and you have access to a different world, basically. Bam, 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 bam. And you help this project. Yeah, Juicy, the problem is we communicate every single day. We communicate with most people that doesn't agree with what we talk here. They agree with the system, and that's I don't fight that. It's worthless. The time spent on them, it's worthless. It's my approach. When I was younger, I tried. I saw the reality, and no, especially nowadays. Yeah, I can't. And we don't know if in the future we will have to talk in like a code or something to try to turn around the AI and algos stuff. Yeah, it can be. They are very sensitive to the moon as well. Okay, let's see the other problem we have getting closer. That can add to the equation. So first we have these regions here. This one is the one that I bet the most that it's turning around in a few days. Will turn around and come back. So this is for another period in the future. The incoming regions that usually worry us more are the ones that are coming into view. Right? Which are those. Very active, very wild as well, and promising. We will see during this week the activity. We can see wild formations here. Those twisters of plasma here, massive ones. And the problem will be when they are in front of us. Now we have here. We'll see in the coming days. Let's see if I see something new. The filament. Okay, some explosions here. Look at this, warming up after the explosion. Bam, here. Did you see? Here from nothing. Bam! So this became interesting. Where are you? Here. So this was today as well. Today is a very wild day comparing to the last weeks. Here, getting in front of us, and bam! Looks like some filament here or something of plasma, and bam! Something exploded here. Not hard enough, though. Okay. Keep checking this. Okay. Look at this spread of fire, a massive one. Here in this region. Look, moving back. See, there was an explosion here, and it spread it. Look. Bam! You see all of those brighter areas here spreading. They were not here before the explosion, and after the explosion, bam! Interesting things happening. This is to have an overall awareness of how the King Sun is behaving right now. And now let's see the coronal holes. This is to see the flares. We can see them in a brighter way. Last 48 hours we have this one, bam, here. Very bright. You can see here as well, very well, how they are all interacted. Look, this is the group of sunspots that I bet the most right now for the coming weeks. And we have another one here. As you can see on Chris Green image, look. You see the big one below at the right. And then at north, at the right as well, 3 sunspots that compose the other group. Here with this filter we can see the brightness of the explosions. And you can see when this explode here, the strong one, look. Explosion, you see? Look. Explosion, you see the brightness, its density. The density is harder or stronger when it's very bright and hot as well. And you see this explosion, when I move forward, look, bam! Look at this. You see this? These are connected. These two, they are further away, but connected at the same time. You see? You still see the loop here. And then it starts to fade. And this is the last image we have. So this is promising. You see the connection here after the explosion? It was not before, but it was invisible. But then the plasma flew from the magnetic fields. This is full of magnetic fields, remember. You see the magnetic fields? How beautiful are they? They are all over the place.
The King's Son.
Miss Honeybee, don't forget to join us on Discord. It's very important for the moderators because huge news will come and you have to know them. Basically, it's that. So join us to stick together and communicate. This is the King Sun, it's not a planet. Earthquake! Another 4.2 on the same place on New Zealand. No, on near Chile. Near Chile. Right in the conjunction of these tectonic plates. This fails. You feel the pressure, no? Of the King Sun. And this is the King Sun alive. Alive, no. Live. Live from Texas. See, it's affecting me already, the proton rain. They seem to be more active the last 2 summers, yeah? Yeah, there was something I didn't tell you at the beginning of the stream, but I was hoping to place my telescope today. It was sunny, clear, and I was hoping to put my telescope today. Then I went outside and I saw the plains with those trails. And then I said, well, this will not do anything. And then, I don't know, half an hour, 1 hour later, because it was over the region where the sun will go to the sunset, and I could capture here, clouds appeared from nothing. And I'm noticing this more and more. Just saying. Just saying, you are not alone thinking that. And I posted pictures that, you know, they are not usual here. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what the heck they put there to cause those trails. I don't know the intentions. I'm in the same place as you, speculating. You know, but something different, it's happening. Why? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I suspect, though. Yeah, there are multiple hypotheses about that. Well, I better don't talk anymore. Let's move on. The coronal holes. Let's see the coronal holes. You are watching in real time with a filter, always with a special filter. We watch the sun with special filters, otherwise the King Sun will burn everything. And this is a special white filter they call to watch the photosphere. The photosphere, it's that first layer that you see in the sun, and we can see the sunspots and a bit of granularity as well. However, if we use filters to go deeper, ultraviolet filters, alpha filters, whatever, we can see different features. At different wavelengths, we can see different features. Like, for instance, with this wavelength, you can see
the coronal holes.
Update information.
Information updated.
Trying to update information.
Mother Earth is waking up with us. Yeah. No fear, go with the flow. Yeah. It's the best approach.
Updating coronal hole information. From NASA.
Why are the coronal holes important? Because these massive regions, here, here, and here, especially this one, these massive regions are the magnetic fields here. They are opened and they allow a permanent flow of fast solar wind into space. Now it's rotating and it's coming to a position in front of us. That will mean the stream of the solar wind from these regions will hit the Earth. This is important because when other events occur, this boosts everything. Right now we are having radiation, proton rain over the Earth. But anytime we can have explosions here, for instance, and here, and here, and here, with flares, with coronal mass ejections, and this will boost everything. It's like pushing everything. This causes also magnetic storms, geomagnetic storms on Earth. Taking time to update. And you can see here, I'm waiting for the update to show you better. This looks like a coronal hole, a single one that was broke here by something. I'm waiting for update. I will keep this updating. Arian, usually I feel with proton rain, I feel headache. Right now, and even it being Monday, I'm not with any headache. But it's true that the proton rain, it's not yet at the warning levels. It's rising. Let me check it. You see? Look. This is a graphic. Usually when it hits this threshold here, the warning threshold, this red line, bam! It's when I have the headaches. I don't know why. But it's a common correlation that I see. Right now I don't have it. This is stuck here, but usually they stuck and whether come down or up. We'll see how the sun wants it to move. The only thing I can do is to monitor it. The sun has consciousness. Well, we don't know. No, scientists say no. But we don't know. Because to say something about that, we need to know first how it works. And we can't explain that in ourselves. Earthquake! 4.4. This is getting higher. 4.4 and more frequent. Again, near Indonesia. So that region is getting hit by a flow of harder ones, higher than 4 at least. So they don't even know yet. Science don't know how to explain. They have different hypotheses right now, the moment that we are talking, but they don't agree. They don't agree with each other. There are different hypotheses, and they can't explain why we feel things how we feel, and they seem to be more than a simple connection in the brain, which is what science always said. Goes beyond that. Now, my opinion is that we have consciousness, and everything is connected. Everything that is alive somehow, even bacteria, everything that is somehow alive has different levels of consciousness. I believe in consciousness as a fundamental thing. Some people believe in the same. Some scientists are trying to explain that they can't. They believe the same as I believe, but they can't explain. But the others can't explain as well. It's like trying to explain God. You can't explain, you can't deny. You can't prove that there is no God, and you can't prove there is God. That's a fact. No? Just believe. Yeah, Isabel. Science linked to God. It's a way to think on it. I think science is compatible with God. But you say science is linked to God, but you don't know if God exists. If you believe that God exists, as I believe, it's compatible, because every scientist can explain everything in the universe, but over that you can say God created that. and you are knocked out. So it's compatible. And there are many scientists that believe in God. And there are many scientists, there are theologists as well. So it's not incompatible. People think they are incompatible and fight, and that's rubbish, in my opinion. We can all live together.
The coronal hole.
It's happening. And if you notice, there's a phenomena here happening. With this filter we can see it. It looks like a coronal hole, a single one that was broken here by something. Specifically this region. And look at this region. Look at it. Bam! You see? Bam! Something happened here. Let me see if we have the sunspots here. No. We don't have any sunspot here. Very weird. We don't. No. Very weird. I don't know, Tracy, I can't remember. If it was the same, probably. Let me check the numbers so the next time they have numbers for them. So, this is number 19. This is the middle one, is number 18. And that's it. And that's it. They give numbers to them, look. You see? 19. 18. 3 plus 3, but they don't give the number. And we have another one here, 17. So it's the 19. We'll see in the coming days. And this will turn around and around, can last long. This is the sunspot, the new sunspot 4. You see the new designations cycle has a 4 at the beginning. It starts with a 4,000 and it's finishing with 3998, 3993, 3996. You see the region, the departing region, it's from the 3. They will be now, next time they appear on the left side of the sun, they will be on the 4, because now they have all the 4 cycle. Is what it is. I'm watching the activity. Yeah, it's definitely more wild now, much more wild now, the sun, and it's very promising. It looks like the sun woke up again for us. Yeah, they number the corona holes as well. Snow apocalypse in Turkey. And there are hypotheses from science. Look, there are many scientists that say many times we don't know about the sun. We don't know. But there are scientists that say that we will live in the next cycle a mini ice age. And there are scientists that say the opposite. That we will get higher activity. And probably will be that. We will have an increase of activity in the next cycle. It will match the pulse shifting, and it will be very interesting. All these coming years from now, we are living already, it will be very interesting in Earth events. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. São Paulo in Brazil, it's flooded. Yeah, I see that you are having floods everywhere. Here, no, I don't have. UK fog. Oh god, not only UK. I made videos about it. Very weird, another weird thing. Because I can talk about that here. Oh god. Remember the dust? I was talking about the dust from space. That it's true. It's scientific. We have dust coming from, for instance, Alpha Centauri system. The dust. Earthquake. Lower 1, 2.7 on, again, the same region, Indonesia. Yeah, it's hitting hard. The dust. Remember the dust from Alpha Centauri, from space? It's something scientifically proved. But there's other things that we do, it's not from space. And they are smart. And I can tell more. I will leave it for private space. And they are real. Just do your research. Miss Honeybee, I will put Discord link. You just have to join us. Yeah. And that's real, Isabel. And people, if you talk about these things with regular daily people, they will laugh at you. Don't even try. Or at least if you notice, you forget it. 99.9% will call you crazy. It's very rare. Because they are not aware. They are so absorbed by you know, that they are completely unaware of the evolution, the technological evolution that we have been making during the recent times, because they don't do research, and as they are not informed about those things, of course, and they don't do research, they have a gap that they can't fill, and they can't make a bridge. You try to launch the bridge and it's useless. Not you and me, you know. But that's real. And it makes us think. I'm not saying that it is that, but it makes us think. We start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. It happened this, and then this. At the same time, they are doing this. What's the connection? Is it connected? Of course, we tried not to be crazy about that, no? Yeah, it's kind of a lethargic state they have in the box. I was there as well, but I was always wanted to be out of the box, out of the box. You saw a lot. Yeah, Isabel. Even us, it's not only the kids now. Now it's worse, but even us were shaped and formatted. I was in the school, in all the schools and the university as well. And I felt that. There are things they taught us, but there are many things that are needed, very, very needed, that they didn't. And they don't. Very important things. Yes, you can share if you don't pass the threshold. Yes, it's an act of respect, Jen. As well. It's a good way to see it. We respect them, they want to be there, and we shouldn't insist. Because some people choose to be there, keep choosing. And some are more or less aware. They know that, yes, this guy or this girl, they are right, but I don't want to know. And to dig into it. I prefer to be in the safe place. It's a kind of... I oftentimes make this correlation because it's totally different, but you see that it's not at the end. It's like the people that always work 9 to 5 and the people that decide, as I did when I was very young, to break that 9 to 5 and become my own boss. To give that step, you gotta have certain characteristics in your personality to give that step. And for instance, I have people in my family that will never ever give that step because they are scared of doing that step, because it requires you to be brave, to give a step of breaking with a 9 to 5 job, a safe, that it's not safe, it's an illusion, but a safe job, a regular job, and change it for something risky that you don't know the future. It's like a black hole, no? So it's kind of the same thing. And to try to convince someone that it's a pure 9 to 5 every single day of your life, and it's okay, many of you could be. It's a characteristic only. We respect that. What we cannot is lose our souls. That's why I do the live streams. Some people don't understand this channel has two components here, with the videos and the live streams. I do the live streams to keep that. That I can keep. Fear. Yeah, don't use religion here. It's another thing that religion and politics, we don't go anywhere here. Yeah, Miss Honeybee, but it's hard to give that step. Yeah, we are neutral, GR Astro. You're right. We are neutral. Even in politics. And it's really true. I have things that I like in one side and things that I like in the other side. I have things that I like in one religion and another religion. And no religion at all. I have things from all of those. So how can I be against one or another? Sometimes we have to pick a side when you vote or something. But the truth is that we are neutral. We are for humans. Peace of mind, yeah. We work that a lot, Isabel. I mean my family. It's my environment here. It's so important to have peace of mind. Yeah, but Hobby, Kirk, neutral, that doesn't mean being, what's the word? And that's a mistake. Being neutral is not trying to please both sides. I take a position, and I took here a strong position, and not only one in the past, about what were my feelings about what we should put action into. I can't speak about that here. I don't know. It's not being like people that are fake, that are dubious. They try to please both sides, and it can't be like that, because at the end, you have to pick one, no? It's like being neutral. It's like you have your thoughts, but you don't go against one or each other. You respect, and that's it. The forecast for the week with the sun, it's getting wild. Now we have a glancing blow impact predicted in 2-3 days. It will be small. We have a coronal hole, 3 coronal holes actually. The worst region of the flares, the X flare and the other one, the strong M, is turning around, so it will be doing its mess on the far side. We will monitor that activity the best we can, so the next weeks it will return. The thing that can happen now is explosions in a region facing Earth. The regions that are facing Earth, as you can see here, the hardest ones are on the right side of the sun, so they will not last long. They can still do some mess. And the new regions on the left side, this, you see on the left side, top left and bottom, they are forming, evolving. Those regions, yes, they will rotate and be right in front of us, and then they can hit us with something. You know that it's unpredictable, the sun. Having the coronal holes there and having a proton rain right now, this all will boost any event. It depends on the size of the event. We just track the event and inform you. Neutral, same. No. Neutral. I mean, neutral is like, for instance, neutral is like not being aggressive on one side or the other. For instance, I have my... I don't want to bring these topics, but to explain it's better. You and me, you have or not, but most of us have, for instance, if you go to vote, you have a political position, right? That you prefer right now in this moment in time. But being neutral is to respect the others and don't attack the others just because they have an opposite belief. I mean, nowadays it's very hard, and it's how I am. I can be in favor of stop, and they stopped, thankfully, all the wars, but at the same time I can be a protector, and I am. In the comments, for instance, if you put religious comments, and unless you spam, I leave them there, and I respect that. And I can have that love for Christians or religious people, but at the same time, I have the same level of love for people from LGBT, for instance, or transgender, or whatever. This, to me, is being neutral, is having a position in a moment of time that you need to have, but not attacking others just because they belong to a different group, or in politics it happens a lot. That's for me being neutral. What happens is most people are not neutral. And I see in the comments sometimes, that's why I protect Christians, because comes a Christian and I believe in this and this, or whatever, the Bible, whatever, and then you see it's always the polarized topics, and they jump someone that is fanatic of science, which is a wrong place to be, and oh, God doesn't exist and Christians are this and that. I ban that guy because he's attacking someone, you know. It's difficult to explain, but it's love. It's a bit of love and respect. Love and respect for the others. Well, I'm sorry about that, Tracy. Hang on there. You see, it's what happened to smart guys that come here and try to to be funny. They are wiped out. It's getting hot, man. All is linked. Be kind and aware. Love yourself and others with boundaries where needed. Yeah. Kind of that. Jason, I see neutral is reserved from confrontation. In a sense, yes, because it's what I was telling you before. If you tell somebody that you believe that it's not that you believe, it happened in the past. Huge events, massive catastrophes happened in the past, and they will keep happening. It's nature. It's nature. We don't know how, when, but it's nature. But if you talk about that and why you believe that and why you see certain things in the earth and study scientific, most people will call you crazy, and that will become a confrontation as well. And usually they politicize everything. If you say that you are in favor of LGBT, most people, regular people in the box, they will think that you are from a certain group, from a certain party or whatever. And that doesn't have to be true. So to avoid that confrontation, they hate each other. To avoid that confrontation, it's better to let it go. No fear, no hate. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like, imagine I find you on the street, on a daily life, and I don't see you for a long time. And you found me in a bar. Oh, let me pay you the coffee or whatever, you see. And many years I didn't heard about you, and you about me. So we change in time. And you say, well, how can I say this? You ask me, man, there's people, you ask me in the coffee, in the bar, man, I don't see you for a long time. There's crazy people saying crazy stuff, Tiago. Oh yeah? Why? Look, there's people saying that will be wiped out by the sun. Do you believe in that? And then I will say you the truth that I believe. I will not say that will be being passive, not neutral. I will not say, oh, they are crazy, just to avoid confrontation. I will say the truth to you. Yes, I believe there are many studies that support that. We had massive events in the past. I could say some here and explain to you. And that's a very important thing that science it's not exploring too much right now, but we are evolving. But remember that just a few years ago we had the first picture of the solar storm or something like that. And then you have two options to think, well, it's better not to say anything more and study, or just whatever, That's being neutral, but saying the truth, man. If you ask me, I will say the truth. No? Let it go, yeah. If you joke with me and you don't respect... I'm respecting you, I'm just telling you what I think. If you answer me, oh, you are one of those crazy people, you are not respecting me anymore and I end the conversation. The same case with UFOs. With UFOs, it's a good topic to this example. 3.8 on Japan again. Japan is being hit as well. UFOs is a good thing. If somebody asks you, do you believe in alien life? And notice that people that they believe, and you notice that they believe in alien life, they have a shame to say that, and so usually they say they want to be understood like science people. Science people that knows very much about everything, more than you, because they know science. And so they have fear to be classified as crazy people, and they will tell you, no, if it happens to occur, alien life probably will be like microscopic or something like that. Those people, they believe that life out there, that is life out there, that it's not only us, they believe that's life out there, but they are scared to say that can be human life or can be other kind of completely different life that we can't imagine as well, because we are not formatted for that. We can't imagine, you know, and they have a shame to say that. So to avoid being classified as crazy people, they will say that, or even saying, no, I don't believe so, I don't think so, we are alone, we don't know, and they avoid. That's being fake with yourself, because you are not telling people, you are cheating yourself to cheat other people, if that makes sense. You are lying to yourself to lie to other people, to avoid people to classify you, because you want to keep that place, that comfort zone of, I'm a guy from science. And you are not doing anything for science. You are just wanting desperately to be classified as a very intelligent guy because you talk about science, because the guy that talks about UFOs, it's not intelligent. It's crazy. You see the difference? Yeah, they like to do that. But they were very, very quiet when it was convenient. Recently. We don't know. To let us think whatever. Then they were very quiet. Yeah, Ray. That's right, Ray. Just let it go. So, in summary, 3 coronal holes, one that probably was broke by something weird in the middle. Departing regions, very, very promising. Warning to these regions in the coming weeks, 2 weeks or so, at least minimum, to get them back. On the departing region at the right. At the left, those regions, we'll see the evolution of them. Right now, they are not too many complex in their magnetic fields and polarities. We'll track those and see what this week has to offer us, because that X flare is already, if it's still firing, it will be to the far side of the sun. It will not impact us. And don't take too much too serious what I say here, because, you know, the proton rain, in a way or another, it affects my human brain. With this, I will land the spaceship. Thank you very much for being here with us in this start of a week. It's always a tough day, Monday, for everybody. After the weekend, we will keep monitoring everything that happens in the Earth and in the universe, and keep you informed. Special thanks to Chris Green from Texas with his live views of the King Sun, and moderators as well to keep the chat clean as usual. I'll see you in the next live stream or video. Have a positive and awesome rest of the day. Bye bye. Use your imagination.